Hello there, listeners. If you'd like to become a doctor and realize you can just say whatever the fuck you want and get away with it, welcome to the best podcast in the world, Fearful of Hat Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Victor, with always Dr.
Walker.
And his assistant,
Mason.
He's not assistant, he just sucks his dick.
What? Hey, what are you doing that? Hey, stop that, dude. Like the Igor that like gets too obsessed with the doctor.
You're Frankenstein, he's Eeyore.
Oh, God.
This is where I need to get one of those soundboards on my computer.
Oh, man, I want to do that. But Walker is drinking
just some Pepsi today.
Okay, let's do the...
I literally just finished my coffee.
Is that any good?
It's fucking Pepsi. What do you mean?
Oh, it's the cherry stuff.
Cherry.
Yeah. I bought a case of it just because I was at Walmart and like I was looking for some like flavored drinks, but like half of them were just completely out of stock, and I was like, fuck it, I'll go with Pepsi. Saw there was the cherry, and I was like, I've tried the vanilla. I like the vanilla. We'll go for the cherry. See if it's any good.
So in other words, Pepsi's popping your cherry.
Yes. Oh, jeez. Not Pepsi.
But in other news, SummerSlam, huh?
SummerSlam was alright. Like on the whole, both nights wasn't too bad. I like the Shield representation.
Yes, I like that. They did a final like.
I like how Cole kept saying the third Shield member or the other Shield member. Just one time, I think whoever the other guy, not Pat, Corey Graves.
Yeah.
One time he said Dean Ambrose when fucking Roman reversed the dirty deed and did it himself. I think that time they specifically said Dean Ambrose. But even in like the montage and shit, I think you see Mox's arm one time.
No, I think you see it a couple.
But aside from that, I couldn't believe that they gave the women's title to Chelsea Green.
She deserves it. She was such a...
I get it, but I don't know. I just don't like Chelsea. I liked her in TNA when she was the fucking the whacked out bride with fucking smeared lipstick and shit. She was loose cannon kind of deal, but I don't like the whole president Chelsea.
Well, shit. She did that because she won the United States Championship for the women's. That's why she did it. It would
be like somebody taking the King of the Ring win and doing what like Booker T and old people used to do and go with King Booker or King fucking whatever. And then after that year, they keep that gimmick. Chelsea hasn't been a U.S. champion in what, like, fucking maybe a full calendar year?
I think so.
And she's still running with the president gimmick.
Well, it's because...
was birthed from that.
Yeah, because she probably does it only the fact that because people fucking love it. And it pays.
I guess so.
She like, it's any wrestler does what brings fans up, right?
On that, I was hearing that Danhausen hasn't written in his contract, or not even in his contract. TKO had it written into Creative's contract that Danhausen is to be featured on all 4 major pay-per-views. So no matter what, SummerSlam, Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, Survivor Series, we will have Danhausen.
I want to see Danhausen be in Money in the Bank.
Did you see the Did you notice the Mini-Hausens on the weekend?
I kind of got distracted.
One of them had a really, really full beard.
Oh, it was the comedian.
It was the fucking comedian, I can't remember his name. Summon Williams.
Yeah, I just saw an interview where he's like, I don't care, they don't need to put my name in it, but I want to be a Mini-Hausen.
For like the past how long he went on podcast, he's like, I want to be a Mini-Hausen. I love Danhausen. Finally, WWE's like, you're a Mini-Hausen.
Like, honestly, that's the best thing, though. Because I had Vicky watch WrestleMania with me, and like we didn't watch it the first night because we were coming home from Barrie, but I was legit on the drive home on my phone watching it.
Streaming it. Yeah.
Night 2, I watched it, and I told Vic, hey, you gonna have some drinks with me so I don't feel alone? Yeah, I'll have some drinks with you. So like we watched it, and she's like, oh, look at them beating up all those little kids. I'm like, they're midgets. She's like, I know. I'm like, but that's the thing. She's like, little bit, no, they're midgets. But it's so funny how they could have done a traditional ladder match But no, human money's on a pole.
That was my. I didn't know that match was made. I haven't paid too much attention to Raw or SmackDown. And
No. It was SmackDown, and Danhausen's like, I want a SummerSlam. Human money's on a pole. No, we're gonna do no human money on a pole.
Is human money a wrestler? Or like I'm not.
No, literally like currency, like money. He just because Danhausen's a demon.
Yeah.
He needs human monies to fuel his desire to exceed in life.
Okay.
So Cole, the guy who does
motivation
with all the tattoos and shit.
Yes.
He was because I was watching the countdown, and he was explaining to one of the speakers like what is humans money? Well, humans money is what we use in our normal currency, and he just has named it humans money because he doesn't use it. He was explaining it so well, and he's like, why does he just call it money? Because he doesn't know what money is.
Well, he knows what money is, but he, as a demon, doesn't have a comprehension of it.
Yeah, exactly.
So he himself uses teeth. However, humans use money. And he's like, I need human monies. I need to be on TV to get more human monies.
But did you notice how, like...
okay, I do like the rest. It feels like a classic demon trope. I like it.
It's really good, and it works so well in the indies. But now, I hate to say it, I'm afraid of what's going to happen to Danhausen in 2 or 3 years, where now he's been on TV, he's been on WrestleMania. What more does this character need?
I know.
Like, and WWE even gave him the blimp. The blimp was like a running gag almost for Danhausen, that he needed enough human monies to buy a blimp so he could sail around at Madison Square Garden.
But the thing is, have you noticed everything that Danhausen does? He legit gets human money for. It's like, please do not curse him.
Well, because
it works.
Not only the curse another part of the curse thing is when he was on the indies, if he cursed, he wasn't allowed on TV, because if indie deals got like local TV deals, no swearing, PG promotions is it. So if people were swearing around him, Danhausen would literally cover their mouth and be like, no, you cannot swear around Danhausen.
But now because Ollie's been doing every wrestle stuff. Like you'll see like Roman does the finger. Or he does Jey Uso.
Classic emotes,
Nice.
So Danhausen is like, you are cursed. And I was trying to get him to go like this for Danhausen, and he does it, and I look over and Nova does it. So Nova's starting to do the exact same thing.
They're cursing.
So, but like, they better not ruin him.
No. On the same hand, though, Danhausen, I've seen him wrestle without his makeup, not as Danhausen, but as Donovan Danhausen, his like real persona. That dude can put on a crazy fucking match. He is like an insane fucking luchador chain wrestler type dude, and he can do power moves with the big guys.
So what I'm thinking,
awesome.
So what I'm thinking is that if the Danhausen gag stops working, he just might just turn around and just be himself.
Oh yeah, because like he does his podcast that he used to have like before WWE, because they want complete control. He used to have like a video game thing where he would like rate old video games and shit like that, and do interviews out of character. Now that he's signed to WWE, anything he does has to be
in
at Danhausen.
Oh, okay.
Which like
so he's adopted the persona like almost entirely for like the length of his contract.
But thing is, kids draw to that, and and he loves it.
Oh, he does, and that's the thing. He's not one of those wrestlers who are like in it for the money or the fame. You can tell that dude does it for the reaction he gets off the fan.
Well, so
it's like John Cena.
It has like the same sort of mysteriousness of like old Rey Mysterio, where like he was always in the mask. Like you knew Rey Mysterio was Rey Mysterio. Like it's good to see the character as the character.
Well, speaking of Rey Mysterio and the mask, did you watch the Chad Gable versus Penta match?
I did.
What did you think about that?
I still, this basically proves my point. I think they've wasted Penta. They got Penta and Rey Fenix at the same time, basically. They held off Rey Fenix's debut in order for Penta to already be established. I thought they were leading to bring the fucking Lucha Brothers together.
They won't.
They won't fucking do it. Instead, they turned them into singles competitors, gave Rey Fenix the fucking AAA title, which I that's pretty big for him.
Yeah.
He loves that part. but they threw Penta into the limelight in WWE and then made him fucking lose to Chad Gable.
Oh.
So I am on the other side.
Oh man, I love
with Chad Gable coming from the La Grande Americano, which was the best gag ever.
I guess him overcoming someone like Penta looked good for him, but I don't think it served Penta any good losing the title like that.
For Chad Gable getting the title in that way, yes, I do agree with
it. It could have been a non-title match. Add a stiff to it or something.
But with Chad Gable losing the mask, fucking words, and I haven't been fully drinking. With him doing that, he officially understands the whole line sight of wearing the mask.
Yeah.
So in other words, him coming back to WWE saying, hey, I understand what the mask means. I'm making my apology tour, which, stupid.
And then he dismantles Penta the way he did.
But
Penta put up a fight. But I mean, come on.
Did you see his finisher? A certain somebody has done that multiple times and ended up committing a crime. He did the headbutt.
The headbutt?
Oh, but Gable's used that for a while though.
Yes, but
he's very limited to when he can. Like, yes. I don't think he can pull it off on Raw or anything, but they like let him save it for a big match.
Yes, but they still let him do it.
Well, I can't even remember seeing it now. I'm just fucking picturing fucking.
So if you're looking when you're looking at the ring, like the way the camera's set up, it was the left side, top rope. He launches himself to do the headbutt.
Yeah, but usually Gable, like, he does the outstretched arms and shit, but usually just before he comes in, he brings his arms in to take most of the fucking damage and barely hits their chest with his face.
He didn't even hit the chest. He botched it.
Oh.
I watched it.
Oh.
So Penta, like, as I explained to my brother here, my left hand is Penta, and Chad Gable is my right hand. So he goes up like the playing hand two towers. And
straight up flying horizontally
like that.
There we go. Oh, we completely missed. Okay.
Completely missed. Because he probably got told you have to miss them. But being in the fans and stuff, you don't fucking see that shit. If you're really observant paying attention, you see it. But still, the match overall was still good. But yes, I understand the whole non-title match. That would have been better. Or put something on the line.
Yeah.
But I do understand, like, the whole thing with him and not being with Ray Phoenix because my body's pissed off about that. His brother's legit on SmackDown, he's on Raw. Like, why not have those two tag team against the Usos?
This isn't even from an AEW fanboy. The Lucha Brothers were giants before AEW. They were one of the biggest free agent tag teams that AEW got the chance to sign back in 2020 or whatever it is when they came in. They were well established, and AEW knew that and kept them as a tag team. Refused to break them up.
Yeah.
So much to the point where people think that may be why they asked out of their AEW deals. Or let it lapse. Sorry, I don't think they asked for releases. But WWE did the exact opposite, and now they're refusing to pair them. And
it's only because of the Usos.
Well, yeah, if you were to have the Lucha Brothers on WWE, they built themselves like LOD, like the Dudleys. They are a team that when they're together, they are at the top of your division regardless.
They are like the Hardy Boys.
I wouldn't even say the Hardys. Maybe the Hardys in TNA.
Yes.
They were booked that kind of
TNA. Yes.
Yes, the Hardys in TNA 100%. They were built as forces in TNA, and like early LOD, they had it where they would no sell and not get into. They would take finishers, just pop back up and start clothesline bitches.
So as Walker just hits your CS Rumble, WWE 26 has finally released season 4 for the Hardy Boys, and I fucking love it. I legit made my character have the theme song.
Yep.
I legit made him have the walk-in entrance of Jeff Hardy. I'm so upset that it's not the original.
No, he's just waving his hand. He's just like
he does this a little, and then
he's not trying to dry off his hands.
But honestly, when I saw a video like that, like yeah, like you go like dry your hands off, and like you have to stop yourself from doing it. I'm like, fuck, it's true. But holy shit. But yeah, I am so happy that they were officially brought back of being in the game.
Yeah.
Like it's so fucking amazing. And like I still make sure like I do the Twist of Fate and the Swanton as my finisher.
Nice.
Make sure always. Because it's just, and my guy's always still doing the fucking emoji.
Well, any creator wrestler I ever do. See, Mom.
Bye, Mom.
Yeah.
That's my mom just leaving. Now she's leaving. She dined and dashed.
But just before we wrap up this wrestling portion here, going back to being observant watching SummerSlam, even though you didn't see it, you'll like to hear this.
Yeah, let's hear it.
CM shit my pants.
Yes, you will enjoy this.
Okay.
But beforehand, so before we talk about this, Cody Rhodes versus CM Punk. I gotta say, Cody Rhodes' entrance was way...
The Street Fighter entrance was pretty cool. I liked his
sick
mask.
as fuck. I like his mask because it had the fucking the hair gut.
But it was the guy he plays in Street Fighter? Okay.
Yep.
Cody comes out with like this weird crystallized skull sometimes.
It's part of his little like entourage when you see the screen.
Yeah.
At the end of the episode, I'll show you.
Right.
Make more sense of it.
100%.
But yeah, his mask was fucking sweet shit.
But yeah, this time they gave him the giant blonde crew cut.
Oh,
It was sick.
Which I legit had to show Vicky the trailer again. She's like, "Oh yeah, you already sent me this." Like, fuck. So I was trying to explain. I'm like, "That's cool as shit."
It looked pretty good. One thing I'll say about Cody's entrances, though, they're getting a little Undertaker-y with the whole fucking almost as long as your match is going to be with your entrance.
Yeah.
Like, Cody's got like $1 million worth of pyro going up, diamond-studded costume, rhinestone fucking entrance jacket.
They want to make things extra dusty.
They're performing.
I mean, anything to take every bit of eyes off of what happened during the match.
I was going to say, so CM punked his pants?
Very early in the match, I missed the initial bump, but saw the brown spot just grow throughout the match.
If you watch the match, as Walker has not, as we explained, I at first thought it was a wet stain.
You know, honestly, a little wet fart or some sweat pooled up in a convenient looking spot.
Okay, like there's sweat, but as I'm watching the match in my van on the way home, I'm sitting there watching. I'm like, fucking Vicky's laughing at me because I'm looking fucking retarded. I'm like, oh, like it was like the Gunther and versus
God, that match was terrible. Nick Aldis.
Nick Aldis. I'm like, oh my god, Nick Aldis is gonna do the fucking sharpshooter. Vicky just looks at me and laughs. I'm like, what? So what happened was that as my brother said, I do not recognize when it happened.
It was very early though.
It got bigger and bigger and bigger, and I'm sitting in the van, and I'm like, I think CM Punk hit himself.
Was he hosting? Was he on screen the entire time, or was it just the one match?
No, it was just during the match. Yeah. But like he was wearing a green. SummerSlam was in Minnesota, so he was wearing yellow and gold and green Minnesota North Stars colors.
What?
Not his normal colors.
What thing out a little bit more?
I also think it was part of the general, because they were doing promotions for the general.
Oh yeah,
general insurance or whatever. So I think it was kind of for that as well.
Okay.
But for Walker that probably hasn't watched Unreal, which that's probably
I haven't, unfortunately. No.
So CM Punk in the very first season has asked people in wrestling, "Have you ever done anything during a match?" So I think it was Charlotte Flair. He asked her. I peed a little.
Yep. Take bumps on your back every night. You're bound to let a little bit out.
Yeah,
so
it happens
from time to time.
So then, like, learning that, I'm like, oh, that actually makes sense. Like, because there's wrestlers out there, like, I think it was, I think also the Big Show was one.
Big Show was pretty bad for it.
And he shit himself.
Yep. Big Show and WCW did it a couple times, I'm pretty sure.
So wrestlers do end up peeing or pooping or farting.
But sometimes you just take a little bit of an abdominal trauma and then you let it slip. That's it.
But it's just
most of the time, it doesn't happen right away. It's usually after you've taken a few, your muscles lose that tensing up and shit.
Yeah. So this is the reason why Vince always said dark colors.
Yeah.
Someone forgot his brown pants today.
Right up.
I had the right idea. People with a brown pants. But yes, and the post right after SummerSlam, I looked, I'm like, CM Punk did shit himself.
Everyone's posting different pictures of CM Punk's fucking ass and just the giant round streak on lime green fucking trunks.
I will end this off with a good note, is that I am actually glad that CM Punk remains the Undisputed Champion.
Oh, of course.
So with that being said...
However, I do like how it happened with Randy Orton setting it up and taking Cody away from CM Punk.
Yes.
That I'm fine with.
And did you notice that his wife was running behind him?
Yes.
So with that being said, I do plead the fifth of anything else for the wrestling.
And that's it. Nothing else was said. And Congress sat in silence, waiting for the goddamn man with evidence piled in front of him to continue saying nothing.
So, Mason, can you answer a question for me today?
Nope.
What colors are tie?
At the advice of my attorney, I choose to plead the fifth at this moment.
What day of the week is it?
The advice of my attorney.
What color is the carpet?
Look, let me adjust my equally pose with my hands. Okay,
So
instead of the cage, we'll go to praying.
So if you
I
have
haven't
not
noticed.
noticed, the title of this episode is called Dr. Fifth Amendment, which I came up with that when I was doing the fucking picture.
Pretty funny.
It is fucking ironic. So we are talking about Dr. fucking Fauci.
Fauci's a big name. Like,
I got it right. I got it fucking right.
He owns the pharmaceutical company. I don't know the exact name, but he actually, he's a big billionaire who has a bunch of labs that performs.
So before anything, he has ran the health organization for the states.
Yeah, the National Institution of
For the
Health
national
or
now,
like that.
But he has helped every president since Ronald Reagan.
Yeah, since the 80s.
Yes, since the 80s.
This dude's been around for a long time.
Yeah, and this is before we started the podcast. I was just getting into this guy was involved in H1N1, the HIV scare in the 80s. The HIV scare is actually where he got his prominence from, where people believed him. Because up until Fauci brought AIDS into the spotlight, everyone was still afraid of talking about it. Everyone didn't want to touch it. As soon as he brought it out, it became like
a big thing. More people
now we're going to look into it. We're going to deal with it, kind of thing.
Even though AIDS was man-made.
Oh, AIDS was 100% man-made. It's been proven a dozen times over.
So in other words, just like this.
Looking at Fauci's rap sheet now, he was a big part of AIDS, HIV. It's like, this has been proven to be like it was genuinely manufactured to try and kill off poor blacks in Africa.
Yeah. All population control.
It is all population control. Because he is also part of the World
Health
Economic Health Organization.
Yeah.
The fucking guy that's basically a Nazi.
God! No, good stuff. So, he's something like, 80 years old?
He's up there, and I think actually, I do have it
so,
in here
I did
68 or something like that.
He's still kind of, I want to say kind of young, but 70 is pretty up there.
Yeah, so as I have said it in the podcast
and he was part of SARS, too.
Oh.
And I actually remember that.
Oh, okay, and that's the thing. So from the videos we've been seeing, his connection to SARS is probably what led to its initial creation of COVID, because COVID is a mutation.
I was going to say that's what
SARS.
people found out about once they started to release the data during COVID.
No, COVID came from a bat, guys.
Well, according to our fella's diary here, it 98% came from a laboratory in Wuhan.
That diary was private on American server, okay?
Oh, not only that, they found the records to prove it, that they did exist, that the actual experiments were happening in this place.
Yeah, man,
they were straight up putting it in the food around the place, around Wuhan, China, to try and see if it would spread to the people.
So, and not only that Wuhan laboratory didn't only have COVID, it also had some of the strains we were just talking about, H1N1, It had a synthesized anthrax, it had fucking a whole bunch of other infectious diseases.
So in other words,
it had the variants of SARS that infected Canada in 2001, the path is there.
It's like how, call me a conspiracy theorist, but why are we fucking with it? That's the problem.
Because he's a billionaire with very little oversight, and he wants to fuck around with it.
As normal people, to reverse engineer it and figure out how we can further stop it and fucking eradicate it like we have with certain other diseases.
Just do what Hitler
But
did
as
and do.
fucking assholes with money, how can we weaponize it?
Yes.
Which is always the fucking bottom line with this shit.
Okay,
Because as much as they're looking for a solution to cure these diseases, they're more like,
What are you
okay,
going to come with
how can we
first?
fast forward it? How can
Exactly.
we make this more deadly? How can we control it better?
see, that's the problem. They
Mhm.
always say, hey, let's see how fucking far we can take this before we make a cure.
See, and then they'll say, oh no, that's just the trial and error portion. We were led here before the cure. And you're like,
Okay.
no. That's not how it works.
You don't have to mutate it several dozens of times into a super virus.
Okay, senators, calm down. As a vote, who took the prick?
See, I did.
Oh yeah,
I had
did think
underlying
of it.
health conditions.
So,
I was in a
Everybody
in
in the Senate here in the Beautiful Hat podcast have taken the prick.
now.
or
How
two.
many got conned into the booster shot? And
Okay.
then several
Fuck yeah.
after.
So yes, I agree you should get vaccinated, and I do agree that the mRNA virus or the mRNA vaccine is the best of the proposed vaccines. So I believe it was Moderna, and I don't know if it was Pfizer, but it was Moderna was one of the ones that had that vaccine. All the others were different chemical combinations, different other variants, which were direct products of Fauci.
Okay, so with that being said, the fact that I have a problem with is that they were like, oh, COVID-19 is happening. Here's a vaccine for it. Okay, how the fuck did you get a vaccine so fast?
It actually came out relatively slowly. in the
Consider
timeline.
exactly. If you think about how long we've had certain diseases and how long it took us to manufacture certain vaccines, some came almost instantly because we were able to reverse it that quickly.
Mhm.
In the case of COVID, I don't know who the credit should go to, but whatever.
There was labs all over the world that were working on this, though. It wasn't like a small effort. Yeah.
Exactly. Every country, because we realized, even before Fauci and everything, we knew it was an infectious disease.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone in the WHO or whatever it was, in combination worked together for that vaccine. So it wasn't like the States just out of nowhere had one.
Yeah.
The world had one at the same time because everyone actually worked together for a fucking month or two.
Yeah.
But did you notice that everybody worked together? See how funny that worked?
It was, yes, working together, but it was like a lot of independent labs sharing data.
Exactly. Yeah, it wasn't
yeah.
so much the countries; it was the institutions within the countries. There was no like borders per se. Everybody was sharing their shit to make it work.
But that's the thing. That's the one thing that I don't understand though. Is we know that everybody around the world worked on this thing.
Mm-hmm.
So why is it that when a global pandemic happens,
This is where I think Fauci came into it.
And
when Fauci knew the actual numbers, but was also on the team doing the PR rep and shit like that, trying to contain or heighten the fear of everything.
he was trying to fear it.
He knew that the infection rate on normal, healthy adults was 1 to 2%, with a mortality rate of 2 to 3%. But he told news outlets and the public health organizations and shit like that the infection rate was 4 to 5 and mortality could be up to 10.
So, like, he was definitely overplaying it a lot. But
that's what his fucking diary shows. The dumb fuck actually kept notes.
From the diary and what we were seeing in Congress and, like, what there's, like, questioning on evidence about, they're like, okay, so you created this virus, like, you brought it to this lab in Wuhan, you had it operating here. I believe I heard it in, like, the testimony, like, you had a cure for this early stage of the virus. Like, you had a solution.
According to my counsel, I have a plead the Fifth Amendment of my rights.
So, like, you make a slightly more advanced versions of the SARS virus, which we did find a cure for, like, forever back ago, or, like, a vaccine, and you make a new version of it, and you...
Hello there, I am Victor from the Beer Floor Hat Podcast. Are you having troubles of picking out gifts that you want something to mean something? But I have a thing for you. I partner up with somebody at work, and his website and Instagram page is called It's Right Here. He does vinyl design, wood jewelry, which is pretty cool, and keepsakes. Keepsakes like Christmas stuff, stocking stuffers, birthday things, whatever you think. He's done a few things for me, and they are amazing. You guys need to go check him out. I'll send a description below. But let him know that the Beerful Hat podcast sent you there. So in other words, let him know to stay frosty.
Don't have the cure, you don't have a vaccine, like you aren't aware of it, but your paperwork shows you do, then the outbreak happens, and then there's nothing. No information is shared. It's suspicious that, yes, it took so long, but then also in the actual trials, apparently a lot of what his company was doing, Fauci, was suppressing information that nurses were doing. Like, they were finding that over-the-counter, like, drugs and stuff were helping treat symptoms a lot better than other stuff. So, like, one that they name drop is ivermectin, which
the fucking horse pill that everybody gave, me included, gave all those Americans who were like, no, take the horse medicine. I was getting, you guys are fucking retarded, man. Just take fucking the
vaccine. No, you take bleach.
The ivermectin was working in smaller doses, and like
if you took it properly, ivermectin. There was a couple other ones. There was,
but there was genuine studies that had come out. Like, this is another big part. Like, there was a lot of silencing of professionals in the scientific community. They were saying, like, no, this research is right. Like, these are genuine, not cures, but treatments to this COVID disease. And all of these things were being stifled. The American public, or the American government, was like straight up taking away like some of these scientists' like qualifications, making them disappear entirely.
One of the chicks from Twitter, lady guys, are you a doctor in special fields of this?
Yeah.
And she got asked yes or no questions. Like, no. Then why do you think it's appropriate for you and your company to distance a professional doctor's recommendation on Twitter and take it away from the public?
Oh, yeah.
Because the doctor was stating on Twitter, take this and you'll be fine.
Oh, I think COVID was another one of those things. Like, so like you've been saying, mate, so like it was a way to stir fear in the people, keep them controlled, and kind of run essentially a big test experiment for themselves, like to see what they could get people to do.
That's what I was just talking to my mom about before we started the podcast here, is that, COVID itself may have been an accident. The lab break was an accident. That escaped bad. What it was turned into a manipulation tactic. The virus was real, the sickness was real, the infection mortality rates were not, but it was controlled fear after a certain time. I'm pretty sure by like 2020.
Oh yeah.
So like 6-7 months into it, I'm pretty sure they knew that it was no longer about a disease. It was what they could do.
Yeah, because look what happened.
Well, now
3 years.
We have far more surveillance. So like all through our online environments, we've changed our working environments. We've like tried to shift everything to a more AI model where we don't need people as much, because we saw, hey, we still get booming profits through COVID while half the population is unemployed.
Oh, look, another
now
episode.
We saw horrible unemployment rates, and it's like, all the elites said, no, we can do it without people, and then like continued to collapse the economy, and just said, oh, why is it still not working? What's going on?
The thing is, with a little side thing here to go off the rails a little bit, since we like to do that. Since the elites always want to do the AI shit, has anybody seen Terminator?
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. That's what's gonna fucking happen.
You know what? It's okay. If the robots take over, they'll probably be a bit smarter than us.
They're going to be, because, like, have you heard about the data centers? That's a secret episode.
I was fully ready to do the data episode before this whole Fifth Amendment shit came up. And have you guys heard what these fucks are doing with the books now?
What?
So there are certain data companies.
Microsoft's
OpenAI or whatever is the biggest one. They have 1 or 2 giant data centers that are buying every single historical book they can find.
They're buying like a bunch of old texts, like
to set them up perfectly, chop the spine and the fucking the indentation off of the book, and scanning them page by page, and then incinerating them to feed their AI models.
Yeah. So like they're scanning all of these like ancient texts and stuff, but they're also burning them right out.
So in other words,
because it's easier than having a machine flip the page, as opposed to cutting it off and speed scanning a stack of papers. A book is you have to open and flip, and whereas that fucking thing, you can add a roller to it and scan it 10 pages in a second.
That's fucking stupid.
But the thing is, they don't care. They want They want to scan it. They want to preserve the knowledge.
Oh,
it's just that we're preserving it.
They want to preserve it for
way.
themselves, but the versions they'll ultimately release.
So in other words, it's just like 1982.
I was just gonna say, what did we just say about 1984? They got rid of the book so they could control the narrative.
Yep.
That's exactly what they're
if
fucking doing.
Digital, it's much easier to change, and if the original doesn't exist anymore, no, the original is what we scanned. Believe us, dude. It's fine.
And like the video, the OpenAI or whatever the one company was, put out a video to try and like justify it, to show how they're doing it and whatnot. Mm-hmm. And my God, the book that they used was like probably 2 or 3 inches thick. The cover of the book looked so ancient and ragged, and like, you've worked in fucking machine shops, you know those big roll splitters?
Yeah.
They have one of those on the edge of a fucking rolling scanner, and you just see it cut through the book, and then the pages fly off this reel, and it like, we can scan this book in 30 seconds, and then it's preserved here.
Bullshit.
And then you're just like, oh my God, where did all that paper just go?
Oh man, that's
feeding the fucking furnace of the data
That
center.
is the librarian's worst nightmare.
Right? Like, we were taught to not even let the spine hit the ground for fuck, but you're just fucking, we'll just remove it.
We were told to wear rubber gloves. But yet again, those companies will plead the fifth.
That's it. It's more of the elites covering stuff up. More of the elites, they're not going to take accountability, and they know that if they just sit there and don't say shit, that, like, sure, they might go to prison, but they can't be caught if they just say, no, fuck it. I don't need to talk.
So,
and I guess that's the big point of what we're saying here is Fauci, and, like, all these testimonies, is sitting there every time he's supposed to give a response, pleads the Fifth Amendment.
And he legally has to give an answer. Mm-hmm. That Fifth Amendment shit that he was doing,
it just pauses for the time being. So every time he pleads the Fifth on a question, whenever he comes back to court, that same question can be fed to him.
Yeah.
But in the state's fucking wording of their shit, every time this happens, it's a tennis game. Mm-hmm. As soon as Fauci gets asked that, Fifth Amendment. Okay, so it goes to the next time. You come back to court, he asks the same question again, maybe a different wording, Fifth Amendment. Yeah. It's nothing more than back and forth. It's
the
one of them splits
on
up.
purpose, yeah.
So, like, what, oh, God, this is so fucking retarded.
Yes.
If you really think
you're correct.
What do I win?
Pain.
Headache.
I win a black vehicle going by my house every now and then.
Woo!
So, the thing is, what I don't understand is that these Senate people, there's one guy legit straight up says on record, how fucking dare you? Mm-hmm. Legit says that.
Yep.
And says he legit sold his businesses, doesn't know what kind of business he had. He ran for his town senate, then ran for the state senate so he can be there this past Saturday.
Yep.
So he can legit turn around. Are you going to apologize? Are you going to have the decent Ted Garrity to fucking turn around and say, I'm sorry, and he does the whole Fifth Amendment shit? You know what? You know what we need to do with those fucking people? Line them up upside, have a firing squad, say, you want to fucking talk now, bitch? Because, the first one's going to hit your foot. Mm-hmm. Each question you deny to fucking, it's going to go up higher.
It's just even more remarkable with, like, the amount of evidence stacked against them, and, like, how easy it seems for police and like, everybody to arrest, like lower level people, like people that genuinely can't fight the system, who are treated like guilty until proven innocent. But it's these huge billionaires that are getting it innocent until proven guilty 100%.
It's gonna lead up to my fucking what grinds my gears. So don't worry, I'm still gonna be pissed off. So in other words, it's the fact that this guy has interviews in the past. Well, I'll answer any questions, then fucking turn around and says, well, I plead the Fifth Amendment.
Oh, he's super open when he was, like, lying to the public, when he was sitting there trying to say, like, no, like, you should be afraid. This is a very big thing. Like, you shouldn't be using these over-the-counter drugs. Like, don't listen to other scientists. Listen to the ones that only the government and, like, are associated with our company are saying.
These people that are sitting in the Senate doing this shit should be the ones running the fucking show, because they're straight up asking the right questions, and people are denying the answers because they know that it's fucking retarded, and they're like, we're not that stupid. We know we have the evidence behind us in big fucking cardboard cutouts.
Yep.
And you can sit there and say, I plead the Fifth Amendment because you don't want to say what color tie you have. Mm-hmm. What the fuck is wrong with you? Jesus Christ.
Like,
Like,
piss
fuck.
Victor off.
Dude, I was so fucking mad at this shit. I even looked into our own fucking Senate in our fucking town.
Oh, God,
And
yeah.
fuck, they need some young people in that fucking place.
Oh, yeah, like, all of them need young people. Like, government...
We don't even have a mayor. We have a mayor for, well, I'm not going to say where we are, but fucking we have a mayor
county.
for the whole county. I honestly thought we had a mayor for our fucking town.
We used to.
We
Did
used
not?
to.
Yeah.
We
Was
honestly
it always
we
a
used
county
to.
mayor?
I always thought it was county mayor.
I thought it was county as well.
No,
we have town reps, but I think that they still report to the mayor of the county.
Yeah.
As far as I know.
They need to bring the fucking town mayors back.
Mm-hmm.
Because honestly, the
Town mayors and town cops.
Yes, exactly.
I'm an ex-criminal. You guys need town cops.
Because if you have town cops, the town cops don't need to fucking report to the government. They need to report to the police station they
Not only
fucking
that,
run.
town cops tended to care more.
Yes.
Like, I can, again, from an ex-fucking criminal, I had a way easier time getting away from an OPP officer or something because they just don't care. Fucking the cops over where I used to live there, they will chase your ass down because they live in town and they don't want that shit.
Like, hey, I see you again, motherfucker.
Straight up.
So I've legit looked up on, yes, I use ChatGPT as a fucking thing. Like, what would it take to become mayor or run for Senate in your town? It takes absolutely nothing.
Nothing. Yep.
The most thing you need, I think, is like you need a large enough bank account or
You don't need money.
I was gonna
all you need to do
campaign with. You need something to fund your campaign. Nope, anybody can fill out a ballot and put their name on the list, but you need the money to get out there.
Yeah, campaign.
That's
and
the only thing. And
there's
I think
the extra headache of like dealing with paperwork and stuff.
No,
and dealing
there's
with
another way.
But
the way that I saw it on ChatGPT, which people are going to say, oh, that's wrong. Well, thing is, the easiest way to do stuff is be part of your local community.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Talk to residents in your town, because there's no fucking way I'm going to go to our fucking place down the street or down the fucking highway. I'm going to do my town.
Yep.
Yeah.
Why the fuck would I make the effort to do everything else where, like, I'm only going to focus on my town and do that shit, and that's it?
Yeah.
So there's a whole, like, I've legit told my wife multiple times, where the fuck do they hold these meetings?
Oh,
I'm an adult now.
Very inopportune time, and they do very little to promote it.
2 to 4.
Like,
so when
much the middle
when the middle class is at work.
When the middle class is at work.
Or picking up their kids.
Yes.
It's the small town vibe where it's all the old people that are holding the money that are the ones making all the decisions because they want to keep it as small town as possible because they don't want kids, they don't want the comfort of the city. They want a small town where everything's easily accessible to them and it's quiet and convenient.
That's why of all things, this town especially until the fucking ruling class gets out of here, will never ever get a McDonald's.
Yeah.
Specifically
I do not
McDonald's.
want a McDonald's. I want a Harvey's.
You have a far better chance of convincing this town to get a Harvey's than anybody at this moment in time to get a McDonald's. Yeah. McDonald's has offered to buy, build, renovate every inopportune location in this town, and the town's no.
Only because it's not a church and it's not a fucking pizza joint.
Not only that, fucking, I can't remember how it was explained to me, but when I was working at the chip truck beside No Frills there, that lot has been owned by Sobeys for 3 decades.
Mm-hmm.
Even the 2 buildings, the beer store, that is from the beer store over to the fucking where the corner is there. That's all been owned by Sobeys, and they rent out all the other locations.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when I used to work at Foodland, like there was plans like where Sobeys wanted to pay and put a Foodland there way longer before than.
But it was
way before it was actually built.
The town has that much say, and
they were
it's
putting
still
up the red tape. You can't build here.
Yeah. And even though Sobeys, like, the corporation owned it, they still, to this day, own it.
Mm-hmm.
And all that was able to do was Foodland was able to expand it and, like, go off of it. But for years, Sobey was like, we will do everything.
Mm-hmm.
The town fronted half the money this time, and why it took so long, because the town didn't want Sobeys to do it. They still wanted their handprint. They still wanted it to go to them and come from them.
And that way they could still influence what's going on with the lot, right?
That's the fucking thing, is that I've looked into it. It fucking pissed me off to do it because they legit sit there and it's like between here and A. Yep. It's there.
Yeah.
That's where it is. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, it's just so fucking stupid. Like, ugh. It fucking made me so mad. And the wife's like, why are you getting so into this? It's because I am fucking 31, turning 32, and I'm getting into fucking politics now.
And that's it. Like, we're at the age where, like, we should be voting. We should be, like, influencing the decisions, but it's clear that we are being, as a younger generation, boxed out. Like, nobody actually wants to hear the opinions, even though they'll talk about how we're the laziest generation. We're doing nothing to fix it. And it's like, you guys broke it, continue to break it, and then said,
gave it to us on a silver platter.
It's not even given to us. It's just, here you go, it's your turn, but if you change anything in a way we don't like, get fucked.
Yeah. That's why some people are calling out the boomers as the fucking greedy generation.
Oh, they are.
Yeah.
100%.
Oh, fuck yeah. They got out of the war, got given a shit ton of money, started a house with 20 grand, nuclear family, and then expected that to keep going.
Mm-hmm. Oh, but they expected the profits to rise forever, so they built an economic model around that, and they burned everybody out trying to keep pace with it, and the only ones benefiting from it were the 1% who could see the best economic growth in a paycheck. Like,
my whole point going on to my little tangent here is that the fact that this guy legit had couple small businesses, had no idea what the fuck to do with politics, and said, you know what, during COVID, I'm going to sell my shit, get into office, and tell this guy to his fucking face, how fucking dare you?
Yeah.
That's what the politicians we need now, is to straight up say in office and on record, you fucked up, and you need to fucking pay for your consequences.
Like, you need to actually take the accountability. Here it is, and you're finally being called out for it. Yeah.
But then you have fucking people like Mr. fucking Fauci that doesn't fucking deserve to have his fucking doctor degree anymore to say, oh, the Fifth Amendment. You know what? Maybe you should try that in a lower case poverty place and say, oh, I plead the Fifth Amendment. You would not see your body for fucking weeks.
Yeah, to be hit by a mob so fucking quick, it's not even funny. He has the advantage of being tried in the United States and not just given to the fucking people of the Congo that he tried to fucking just gas out with disease.
Well, that's also another thing with Canada that fucking apparently Trudeau's going back to trial for child porn, apparently.
Oh, good.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Trudeau's a fucking major scumbag. He
100. I'm not doubting that, but they've actually got him on CP. What?
Yeah, CP on the government server, and when he was running office. What? Yeah, I saw that on Facebook. Don't know if it's true or not.
But his dad's rolling in his grave.
Hey, no. His stepdad.
No, Castro's rolling too.
Yeah, Castro would say, I would have taught you better, son. But thing is that.
I'm sorry, not Castro. It's G.
No, it's Castro.
Oh, yeah.
He looks like Castro.
Yeah.
His mom begged Castro.
Yep.
His mom stayed there for a couple months after his dad left. Or his stepdad left. Okay? Jesus. You should have known this. You should have fucking known this. But
anyway, yeah.
That being said, it's the fact that like these fucking people are going around telling the public, oh, you need to listen to me because it's part of your health. But thing is, like, as an average person and doesn't trust anything anybody says anymore because we haven't listened to the government since aliens exist.
Yeah.
But thing is that we have to have some hope in the government, a little bit, but they have stretched it so far as like, why?
See, the way I looked at COVID, it wasn't that the government was that I understand fucking disease, bad, vaccine.
Yeah.
I didn't need to be told to vaccine myself against the deadly virus. I didn't deserve to be limited to how to fucking get rid of this virus. I didn't deserve to be told wide numbers. If I was told, hey, people are dying from this infectious disease, it's very, very easy to transmit. We fucking caught it 3 months too late, so it's already on all 7 continents. I would have been like, cool, I'm off to the doctors myself.
Yeah.
I didn't need it to be a mandate. Like, I would have been perfectly fine. I remember getting jabs in public school. My mom our mom got that weird big-ass needle for fucking...
She has the marker for it.
Yeah, I think it was the rabies vaccine in the 70s or something. That vaccine was a literal gun.
Yeah.
They didn't need a mandate to take that. Rabies, bad. Vaccine, good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this makes. I am a human. I understand this.
The biggest problem was they hyped it up. They made it much more like fearful for what it was, and then said, "No, there's no good cures. There's no good treatments. Wait for our vaccine."
But you know,
and extended the problem.
So you know what's funny? He's legit stated out in public that the people who had COVID-19 are the best people not to get the shot.
100%. I was sick before it became cool. I was thinking about this on the way here. I was sick 2 months before the pandemic. Right? I remember working up until the day after everything shut down because we didn't believe it at the store. But I remember being sick. Ask Michaela. I didn't want to look at anybody. I was in my bed. I was puking. I was shitting. I was fucking couldn't eat, couldn't drink.
So the perfect all three is the big storm.
It was terrible. And I was like bedridden for a good week and a half, 2 weeks. But then all of a sudden, it was like an overnight thing. I felt better within 3 days of like everything ending. I wanted to go back to work.
Mm-hmm. So as everybody will probably get pissed off if you're a little weak over here, it was just a fucking super flu.
100%. It was the worst flu I had ever experienced, and it lasted far longer than I ever wanted to be sick for.
Mm-hmm. But that's the thing. If your body hasn't noticed anything like the flu, like a super flu, your body's gonna have a natural reaction. Okay, you are going to fucking lay there, feel like you're dying, but your body's gonna do the work.
It has to naturally fight the process, and part of immunization or like your immune system is. Once it fights off that disease, your body quite literally develops something called memory T cells that remember how to fight this virus. They remember how to recognize. They remember how to see, like, okay, this is a problem in the body. We can deal with it much more efficiently. So the next time you get it, you're only sick for about maybe 3 days.
And
like
this
if you're getting
is the same principles of how vaccines work in a sense, right?
So, like, if you get the mRNA one specifically, you get a dummy version of the virus.
Yeah, so your body gets those T cells.
Mm-hmm. So unless your body say, oh, we can fight against this, essentially a Down syndrome version of the virus going, I'm a retard, I'm a special virus, I'm going to replicate white over here, guys, and make the big old show. Like, that's what the virus is going to do, but your body's like, hey, you can't get away with that. And like,
hey, like, little buddy,
like
come
dummy
on.
version of the virus.
Yeah.
So like when you get the real one, it's like, oh wait, I recognize this. It's not the same.
Oh, you're the real deal.
Yeah, but it's like, oh, okay, I fought this before, and I can deal with it much better now that it's been scaled up.
Okay, so for people who understand in our logic, besides walkers, when the retard fake one ends up being in your body, like, oh, you don't need to be here. But then when the real retard shows up, you're like, yeah, we could fight you.
Yeah. I'm with all your moves from your immature brother. But that's essentially how it functions. But then there was the other versions, which were chemical concoctions. They were supposed to be autoimmune boosters. Which were like
that was such a fucking scam.
See, and I feel those are what led us to essentially where we are today with Flock and all the surveillance and shit. All those boosters, 100% are not needed. You don't actually need a flu shot every year. You don't actually.
I haven't taken a flu shot in like fucking 15 years.
No, that's my point. You take it if you need it.
Mm-hmm.
Mom being a transplant recipient, fucking me with my heart problems. There are certain underlying people who should not necessarily need, but it would probably be beneficial.
Yes.
Yeah. To get yourself prepared for that season, or like the possibility that you might catch it. Yeah.
But I think by the time the fucking lockdowns and everything ended, there were the vaccine, there was the first round of boosters, and then some people ended up getting up to 5 different shots.
You know
5
what?
different boosters.
So,
I'm going to say this, like, if you got the first set of the 2 viruses or the vaccines, that's it. You needed no.
No, I don't think anything else was needed, and that was more of a compliance thing, I think, to see how far they could push it without literally being fought back and burnt down.
Did you notice that most of the people that did not fight back were fucking stupid liberals?
Mm-hmm. The people who genuinely didn't understand the science. A lot of nurses that tried to stand up, a lot of doctors that tried to stand up got fired, got rejected, because it's like, I've already had it. I have the autoimmune cells to fight it now. I don't need to get the vaccine. No, you need to get the vaccine or you're fired. So Canada and the States fired a shit ton of nurses.
So
we
I
lost
know
a bunch of our healthcare, and it's still never recovered because the genuine people who knew what they were saying, knew what an actual vaccine was, how to fight disease or virus, they were getting stifled. They were getting punished.
They were
telling
getting
the
told
truth.
if you don't take it, you lose your job, and all fucking nurses and doctors legit turned around and says, fine, fuck you, and left. That's why our health system's fucking crumbling, because they are refusing to hire these people back, or legit saying, well, can you come back, please? We fucked up. It's like, no, you fucked me over, so fuck you.
And this is what Fauci wanted. This is the whole point. He wanted to destabilize the overall system so that the lower class, the middle to lower class, would be punished by it, would be culled, and it would create a system where it was destabilized, but profit could be very much transferred and shifted to the wealthy 1% or the wealthy class.
But, like, honestly, if you, like, what I don't understand is that people like us that are right, left, who fucking gives a shit, knows what the fuck's going on, because as we've been told, when I will sometimes bring our dad up, that because we grew up with the X-Files, when they're saying something over here, you need to look over here. I tell that to my kids all the fucking time.
He showed us that shit so much, and then gave me shit when I looked so far into fucking anarchy and being self-governed and shit, and finding things out for yourself, dealing and governing amongst yourselves or your neighbors.
See, that's the one thing I did not like, because like, here, look at this, don't look over here. We got told if they're saying something here, you got to see what they're doing to the other hand.
And that's where the distrust was based, and from there I drifted. Whatever. I'm pretty sure it's south, not left or right, but
that's the thing. It's like you get told so much on the right hand, like, trust me, I'm good for your life. On the left hand, no, I'm gonna play your puppet asshole.
That's something Mom was touching on out there. She's like, well, because she's still on the fence, believes that. Probably what she should, but whatnot.
She believes that,
like, so many people died during it, and I was like, well, that's one of the things that this diary showed, was that not only was he manipulating the numbers, but they emphasized infants and the elderly. Think of animals, okay? If something as a disease is attacking a herd of cows, say mad cow infects a field of 50 cows, which of those 50 cows of all shapes, sizes, and ages are going to die first? Probably the old, the sick and dying already, and the infants who don't have an immune system built up.
No, it makes sense that those are going to be the parties that die or that feel the most affected by it. Yeah.
But those numbers were highly played on. You didn't hear much about how much a healthy 30-year-old male was able to get,
because it wasn't beneficial.
Exactly, and that's where the manipulation tactics came in. They kept pumping up these death rates and shit, but they were talking about.
Well, a large part of that too was that they were essentially excusing deaths or accidents in the hospital with COVID.
If somebody died of natural causes, they were told to write COVID.
Okay, so I got a buddy that I work with. I'm not going to say names. He's a very active.
It happened for a lot of families, though. Yeah. Like, they knew they weren't suffering of COVID, and they would say, nope, they have COVID. We're going to put them in a room, that's it.
One of his buddies got into a motorcycle accident. They put on his paperwork of due to death was COVID. Not the fact that he got in an accident and died because of the accident, because of COVID. Their family fought that and sued the doctor.
Oh, I bet. I bet it was also settled out of court.
He never got.
If you didn't hear about it, and neither did he, it was settled outside of court, and they signed an NDA.
Exactly. So, in other words, what will happen is that they made the death rate so high for COVID because the hospitals, the doctors, even the nurses that handled the patients would get a payout saying, hey.
Well, yeah, there were nurses that came out admitting this, that they would get fucking payouts from their not from the hospital, but from the governing field above the hospital.
If you classify
like a quota almost.
And if you classify a patient that due to COVID that died, you get a payout. Oh, this happened. Oh, let's fund this research.
I was just going to say, the way they worded it was the wings or the districts that had higher COVID cases got more funding towards research or towards fucking prevention or whatever.
So the hospital was
incentivized to pump their numbers.
So in other words, the numbers we were getting in the public news, which is all run by liberal media, it's a lie.
And when you think about that, okay, so the numbers that Fauci got, he was lying about. And then he was giving the media the numbers. There were media who were then, in turn, pumping up, inflating, deflating those numbers depending on what wing those news sites were on.
Mm-hmm.
Then you factor in the hospitals that ended up doing this and pumping up their numbers and shit. So the numbers that the World Health Organization and all of that shit, the numbers they were getting
inflated at least 3 to 4 times by the time they get there.
Every number was so saturated to a point of up or down that I don't think we'll ever actually know
how
the
many
data from COVID.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, we know that
the error is just way too high.
Way too big. Even with people keeping fucking documented crime texts, so I don't think we'll ever know what actually happened.
So in other words, we can't have the full-on number how many COVID deaths there were, but we know that 6 million Jews died.
Yeah, 100%. 100% 6 million.
Okay. So what's fucked up there?
All right, well, we're
I
getting
guarantee Dr. Fauci's a fucking Jew too. So.
Oh, yes.
He's got the nose
He's got the
for it.
look. But getting to the end of the episode here, we hope you guys enjoyed. We'll do our grind our gears segment because what's on your guys' mind this week? What's grinded, Mace?
So last week we had our 1984 episode, and I told you to look up 1984 by Anti-Flag.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you ever did.
Oh, I did.
Okay.
I listened to it.
I went home and I was thinking to myself, I was like, Anti-Flag. I haven't thought of those guys since high school. I wonder what they're up to.
Oh, yeah.
Man, was I ever disappointed.
Yep.
Oh.
So Justin Sane, was the lead singer for Anti-Flag, was brought up on charges in California for grooming. And they were extensive grooming, like 11, 12-year-old girls and shit like that. He molested a few of them, got into some dirty deeds with a couple others, text messages, CSAM, all sorts of shit. When he was handed papers, that motherfucker turned around and hired his sister as a lawyer the same day, okay? Liquidated every single asset he had and instantly transferred all of his accounts to an unknown offshore bank account and flew away to, I believe, Switzerland or Germany the very next day. So 2 days after being subpoenaed, he was liquidated, erased every trace of himself,
disappeared with all his money,
and disappeared to Switzerland or Germany with everything.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody can find him. The sister has now been subpoenaed to court. She's disappeared off the fucking face of the planet. Nobody can tie any of his records to anything outside of the States. Mm-hmm. He's literally just fucking gone.
So he just
I was about to get caught. Anyway, bye.
Straight up, this dude had an exit plan in place, and as soon as the knock came on the door, within 2 days, he was done.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, I used to...
what happened to actually just jailing these flight risks? Like,
right?
These people are so obviously gonna leave. They're gonna hide.
And that's what gets... Not only is this like a band that I absolutely idolize as like fucking super anti-establishment,
so
fucking
my brother fucking finished this thing. Yeah, you introduced me to these guys, and I fucking listen to them all the time.
Yeah. There's not many bands or athletes and shit where I can't separate the art from the artist. Lost Prophets being one of them. Now it's Anti-Flag. I can't.
That's insane. Yeah,
it is.
It's hard to separate such an act like that, right?
Usually I'm all right with it, like for the most part, but now I can't believe it, man. Anti-Flag, and then on top of that, exactly what you said. If somebody is that in depth and you have that much evidence on them, how is it you knock on their door, subpoena them, and turn around?
Just completely walk away.
Like,
don't monitor it at all.
Why is there not, you're under arrest, we're going to book you for said crimes?
If they're giving the rich people a chance to get out, that's it.
Right? So, and I know you see all the time on Facebook and shit, fucking Operation Emily or whatever, fucking undercover agents trying to catch all the predators and shit online. 90% of those people are given fucking subpoena to court and shit like that.
Yeah.
But then that court date is usually 3, sometimes 6 months away. And then from that court date on, you still have another year, maybe 2 of a court process.
Yeah, because it's your hearing initially, then you go to trial after that. So it can be anywhere from up to a year to almost 5 years, which is a maximum amount of time you're allowed to wait before going to trial.
And you'd think with a case like that, where there's that much evidence built up, obviously enough to get the subpoena to bring the case to trial, how is it that you don't arrest on the spot and at least detain?
Wait for the parole hearing initially.
Yeah,
to
the
see
initial
if
hearing.
You get bail and the option to be free.
Because, like, how is that not a flight risk? He's not a giant celebrity, but obviously he had enough of a following that he was able to liquidate everything and disappear.
And especially when it's a serious federal crime, where, like, yeah, most people that do get convicted of it do try and run.
Yeah, like, and that's what was going on about that Facebook thing. I like, certain names ring a bell and whatnot every once in a while. Like, I know a couple people from Ace, where I used to live.
Yeah.
I've seen one name in particular come up 3 different times on those operations. I knew the fucking old man was a creep back in high school. How is he on 3 different of these sting operations and still being rebooked each time?
It's the government just wanted to get rid of the real criminals. That's it. Well, okay, Victor, what's grinding your gears?
Fuck. So the lead back to Mason's fucking project, let's go back to the fucking Epstein files.
Okay.
So the fact is that
It's been 2 months.
It's been 2 fucking months.
And everybody's forgotten.
And yes, everybody has forgotten of what these 6 fucks has done. Everybody's like, oh, Epstein files. Let's go look this up. And look what happened. Oh, we had to bomb Iran and Palestine. Blah blah blah.
In short, the distraction worked, and it
did.
Sucks. Yep. Everybody
it fucking
forgot.
did. If the government want to do their fucking job, they should be going to every fucking person on that fucking email list, booking them, taking them in custody, sitting them down. You need to fucking tell us right now, or you're going to be in the back fucking 40 with a fucking bullet in your brain like you do everybody fucking else. It's because it's the rich assholes legit fucking turn around and oh, I got fucking bullshit money. I can do this. You know what? Money doesn't fucking solve anything. You can legit have all the fucking money in the world, you still get fucking shot in the face.
Yeah.
We need we need fucking Doom.
Dr. Doom.
Not Dr. Doom. We need Boondock Saints bitches over here. Fucking double shot in the fucking back of the brain and fucking tell these guys, you know what? Because there's a fucking movie in Germany that Germans have legit turned around to fucking every other state because they're turning around saying, you need to ban this movie. It's called the
Vigilant.
The Vigilant.
Yeah.
It's about a guy that goes around getting revenge for people who have been done wrong. Majority of the people who have done wrong to people are fucking immigrants.
Ah, there you go.
But
it's kind of what's common. It's what's happening.
And there's a scene that I saw, and the guy's like, a whole bunch of cops shows up, fucking arms going, and the cops like, put your hands up and come out. He turns around like, I am doing a civic duty. If you do not step away, I will be opening fire and you all die. And they do not, and guess what? All the fucking cops die.
No.
Only due to the fact because the corruption in the government.
And yeah.
And the thing is, if the government would do their fucking job and arrest these guys, yes, Trump would be fucking one of them. He would be tried as much as he claims. Oh, I went, like he came to my parties and shit, like because Jeffrey Epstein was part of that lifestyle. Then he should have nothing to hide. Since he's the one that legit turned around and said, "Oh, make sure these files do not get pulled out."
He's spearheading me.
We will be at war. Only due to the fact that Israel, I will say that right now, is the one that turned around to Trump and says, if you do not do this, we will release the files. And look what happened. They got released the files, a little bit of them, fucking blacked out to the fucking 95% of the tits to it, and look, Trump went to fucking war.
Yep. It's so obvious the distraction worked, and we're watching real time the corruption happening, and everybody else is aware of it. It's just nobody can actually do anything about it. It's like they're going unregulated.
People, that's the thing. the one thing that people don't understand is that the people have the fucking power to do it.
Yeah.
It's the fact that we've been so cultured and so fucking downgraded that we will not have the balls to fucking do it.
Yep.
There's so many other countries that legit turn around and say, you know what, fuck this shit, we are going to do something, and look, they are fucking better off.
Yeah.
It's the fact that the first world countries have been so dulled down, so fucking demonized, fucking public schools, fucking everything, for turning like, oh,
you should feel guilty for being the way you are. Like, these countries that are calling you garbage while living in filth, they're right. And it's like, okay, really? Oh, well.
But it's the fact, like...
You're right. The distraction. That is a good grind your gears. The distraction is work. Everybody about Epstein.
Like, the one video that really hit me is the video that hit us first was when I talked about with you the little girl who said that Jesus was the only one that helped her. And they dressed up as Jesus.
Yeah.
And fucking tortured her and did all that stuff. Just why the fuck are they still breathing?
See? Because people just aren't afraid of fire anymore.
I'm sorry, I fucking just went off there.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't know. It's what's grinding my gears this week. The grocery prices, they're still awful. They're getting worse. Everything is going up for no real reason, even though Canada produces a lot of it. It's like, what the fuck is our government doing?
Because we gotta support.
Gotta support America and every other country we're paying.
Revenue Canada came out a couple weeks ago saying that our paychecks went up 13% last year, and then whoever does the other numbers for like grocery and shit or whatever, we're like, yeah, but the price of common foods went up 34%. So yeah, you're getting paid more, but everything still costs more.
Yeah, everything costs more than the raise you got. Sorry, oopsies.
That's another fucking thing that grabs me here.
Anyway, well, with all the evil pharmaceuticals and companies out there and Fauci's lies, he's given the cold shoulder, but despite that, what should we do?
Oh, stay frosty, my friends.
Staring down, the cat's the biggest pussy in town.